Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by WordLearningZone.com. I'm your instructor, Richard Rost. Today we've got a Word video for the developers out there. We're going to be doing some Word VBA. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to write some code to create a batch converter to convert from pretty much any document type that Word supports to any other document type that Word supports. So I'm going to show you just Word documents to PDFs, but I recently had to write this code for myself because I had a whole bunch of old Word Perfect documents. Remember that? And I had to convert those to PDF files. So anything that Word can read to pretty much anything that Word can write. And you can do it right inside of Microsoft Word. So I had to do this for myself recently, but I remembered I also had a question from Jenna, one of my Platinum members in Nashville, Tennessee. She wrote to me a while back and said, how do I convert a bunch of Word documents to PDF without having to download any sketchy third-party tools? There's a lot of those out there. My boss doesn't want me to install anything new on my work computer. A lot of bosses are like that too. But I've already got Microsoft Word set up. Is there any way to do this in bulk using Word, maybe with a little bit of that VBA stuff I keep hearing about? I really don't want to open and convert every single file one by one. Yeah, I started doing that. It's a pain. So, how do we do it? Well, it's going to involve some VBA. Now, I don't currently have an intro to VBA video just for Microsoft Word, but most of what I do is Microsoft Access, and honestly, VBA and Access and Excel and PowerPoint and Word, they're all very similar. So if you want to go watch this video, it's about 20 minutes long. Just watch it. Even if you don't have Access on your computer, it'll give you like a basic overview of what VBA is and how it works. I'm going to walk you through setting it up in Word, but watch this first, it'll give you the gist. Now, if you'd like to see me release more Word content, including Word VBA, I'm happy to make more videos. Post a comment down below and tell me I want more Microsoft Word stuff. I'm going to be redoing all my Microsoft Word courses very soon, and I'm going to be including some VBA stuff, so stay tuned. But I had a need for this one, so I figured why not make a video out of it. All right, here I am in Microsoft Word in a brand new document. Now, I've got the developer tab already turned on. If you don't have that, all right, what you're going to do is right-click anywhere on here, go to Customize the ribbon. You're going to come over here on the right, and Developer is probably not checked. Just check that box right there, hit OK, and then you'll see the Developer tab. This is what you use to get into your Visual Basic editor. All right, you'll see it's right there. Go ahead and click on that. That opens up this guy. Now what we have to do is insert a new module. So we're going to go up here and click on Insert and then Module, not Class Module, Module. That'll create a brand new Module 1 for it, and that's where we're going to put our code. We're going to create a subroutine, sub, called batch convert. I have 2 PDF on mine, but you can just call it batch convert. And now that I'm thinking about it, batch convert works better because you can go from any format to any format. Okay. In fact, I'm going to change a few things on the fly here because in my old code, I was just going from Word Perfect to PDF. So we're going to make a couple of constants here. So constants are values that don't change. Okay. We're going to call it source doc type equals dot docx. That's the regular doc type for Microsoft Word documents. And then another constant, we're going to call it destination or dest doc type like that equals .pdf. That's what we're going to convert to. Okay. And then we're going to specify a folder. So constant, let's call it source folder equals, and you're going to put where your folder is in here. I'll just create a new folder out here on my desktop, new folder. And then we'll call this convert. And let's open it up and get the name and location of where it is. All right, there's the folder right there. We're going to copy that. You can see here I was doing my computer fax issues. That's what I was converting earlier. All right, we can close that and put that full path name right in there. Okay, now you should put a backslash at the end of it, but just in case you don't, we'll fix that in just a minute. Now, what are constants? Constants are values that don't change, unlike variables, which we're going to talk about in a minute, which do change. And I like to put them in all caps. That just tells me later on that they are indeed constants. And I like to put these up top here so that you can come in here easily in the future and just change these settings without having to go dig through all the code. Okay, what's next? Next, we're going to declare a bunch of variables that we're going to need throughout the code. Now, rather than have you sit here watching me type, I'm just going to copy and paste them from my notes. All right, so there we go. We got app as an object, doc as an object. Objects are things that can hold all kinds of different values. Like we need an app that represents Microsoft Word, a doc that represents our document, okay? Folder path is a string is a text string, file name, file path, and save path. Those are all variables we're going to be working with. Okay, next up, we're going to add a trailing backslash in case the user forgets. This is something I always forget to do. I'll come in here later and maybe change where this folder is and forget to put that trailing backslash on there. So that's why we're going to put that in folder path. We're going to start it equal to the source folder, but just check and make sure the right one character is a backslash. And if not, add it on there. I make this mistake all the time. That's why I always add it in cases like this. Next up, we're going to create a new instance of Word. Now, we're going to try setting it equal to a currently open Word application. If not, if it can't get it, it's going to create a new one. Okay, you don't have to know exactly how this works, but this is how we set our Word application variable with a little bit of error handling around it. If you run into an error, just ignore it, is what that says. Now, next up, I added this. I said app.visible equals true, and that's for right now for me teaching you. But if you got a lot of documents, like I had like 100 documents I had to convert, app.visible equals false will definitely make it run faster because it's got to display the window every time it opens one to convert it. If you make Word invisible, it runs a lot faster. So you can just switch this if you want. If you don't want to see it, just do that. Okay? Okay. What we got? What's next? All right, next up, we are going to get the first file in our folder. So it's going to say dir. Dir says go out and give me a directory, give me a file, right, from the folder path, which is this thing with a backslash on the end of it. And it's going to be star dot whatever our doc type is. Here, like I said, I'm making some changes from my original code. So this is actually going to be source doc type now. All right. All right, so give me the first star.docx file that you find, or WordPerfect file, or doc file, or text file, or whatever you're opening. Okay, now we're going to loop through all of the files in the folder, and we're going to stop if dir returns an empty string, which means it's the end of all the files. So we need a while loop in here, right? We're going to say while file name is not blank. And then our while end. I like to put, whenever I make a loop, I like to put the start and the end of the loop. And I always make sure I put my incrementer in here. How do you increment this? How do you move to the next thing? Well, you say file name equals just dir by itself. Okay? Don't specify anything in here. If you just say dir by itself, it uses the same criteria that you gave it earlier and just gets the next one. As soon as you put new stuff in here, it starts a whole new directory. All right? All right, so now we got our bread for our sandwich. Now we got to put the peanut butter and jelly inside here. All right, what's next? File path equals the folder path and the file name. So we just got a file name, right? Rick.docx. So the whole file path is going to be the folder path, which we have up here, this thing here, right? And the new file name we just got. So that's the full name of the file we're dealing with. The save path is going to be the same thing, but we're going to replace the source doc type with the, where is it? Come here, destination doc type. So we're going to change, right, docx to PDF. So I'm going to open up rick.docx. I'm going to save it as rick.pdf. That's what that replace function does. Okay, all of this stuff, by the way, I cover in my Access VBA classes. And yes, I'm going to go over a lot of the same stuff in my Word VBA videos as they're coming out. But for now, I'm just walking you through it. Okay? Okay. So much of VBA is the same. I really hate having to make a whole nother set of videos because I've already covered all of these functions for Access. And they're the same. They work the exact same way. Okay. Now, in the loop, I like to see what's going on. If there's 100 different files, right, I want to be able to see, hey, I want to show the progress in the immediate window. What's the immediate window? Well, if you go view immediate window, you get this thing. You can do all kinds of stuff in here. We'll see how it works in a few minutes. I'm going to turn it back off for now. There's a little button over here off the edge of the screen. You can't see it. There it is. Okay. So it's just going to say converting to PDF and then show me the file name. So I know what's going on. It doesn't look like the system's frozen. Little feedback. And in the extended cut for the members, yes, there's going to be an extended cut, folks. An extended cut for a Word video. I'm going to show the members how to actually make a little user interface for this. All right, instead of constants, we're going to put this stuff into form fields. We'll have a little status box and then have a button we can click. Right inside of Word, you can do all this in Word. I'll talk more about this later. All right, we're getting there, folks. We're getting there. All right, now here comes a big block of code that actually does the meat and potatoes. I'm just going to paste it in here and I'll explain it. Here it is. So we're going to attempt to open and save the document. Now, I had to add this attempt to open and save because when I was converting my big batch of stuff, I discovered that unfortunately some of my old WordPerfect documents were corrupted. I just recently took all of the CDs that I've had sitting in my garage for like 20 years that had old files from like the 90s on them, and I copied those all to my big hard drive because, you know, it used to be CDs and now it's giant hard drives. And unfortunately, CDs usually have, rewritable CDs have a lifespan of, you know, about 10 years. And some of these are twice that. So not every file copied. I did lose some stuff, unfortunately. So I basically, in a nutshell, I had to add some error handling in here because some of those files that were corrupted wouldn't open and it would lock access. So I used to say access. It would lock Word up. So again, I had to add some error handling in here, and I had to say set the document equals apps.document.open the file path. So basically it's telling Word, open this document, open this file that I'm telling you that we're looping through the files, right? Okay, if error number is anything but 0, that means there was an error encountered, and then just debug.print failed to open and clear the error, and then move on to the next one, and at least I'd get a list of which files were bad. Some of them I could open in Word manually, and they would open, and I was able to save them. Some of them, one of them specifically, was just completely bad and it wouldn't open it. Okay? All right. Otherwise, if we get to here, it was able to open the file, but I also sometimes had errors saving the file. So I added a second layer of error handling. And if it encounters an error here, I wanted to know about that too, right? So I did doc save as to. Yes, the command is actually save as to. The old save as, I don't know, they made a new one. So the new one is save as to. Save path, okay? And then 17 is the format for PDF. There is a big list of these, so if you change that, you got to change this number here. Where do you find that list? Well, it's on Microsoft's website, of course. Here's the list right here. And where there's 17. I'll put a link to this list down below in the description. In fact, I'll put it right here too, just so you have it. So the gold members have it too. This, in fact, you know what? Let's actually do this. Let's move this up as a constant. So I'm going to call this. Let's call it dest format, and let's move this up top, up here. So remember to do this. Let's call this constant dest format equals 17, right? And then I'll put that link below it. All right, here. Like I said, folks, I'm calling an audible. I'm changing things up on the fly. All right. And we got one extra space in there. Okay. I'll probably just do this. Okay, so that does the work there. Now we need our error handler. We can get rid of some of these blank lines in here. We'll put our error handler down at the bottom. I like to put those right before the end sub. So we'll put this down here. There's our save error. Okay, and then resume next says just go back up and continue with the next one. Continue with the next line, it'll run back through again. And of course, so you don't run into the save error right down here, before that, I like to put an exit sub. Okay, that way, there's going to be more stuff in here, but this way, once it hits this, it exits out. You don't run into this save error down here. All right, we're almost done, folks. Next, we got to clean up in here. We got to clean up our variables. Now, I have this in here, app.quit. If you want Word to just shut down when it's finished, you can just exit out at this point. But I like to keep Word open so I can see everything worked fine. All right, we're going to set doc equals nothing, set app equals nothing. Any object variable type that you declare and set, you want to unset them. You want to basically destroy them by setting them to nothing so you don't run into memory leaks. And finally, we're going to, right there, debug.print conversion complete. We're going to beep so it gets your attention, and then it exits out. And that's it. Let's give it a debug compile once in a while. Everything compiles. That's a good first step. Let's save it. Click on save. I'm going to save it in my convert folder that I created. We'll call this the batch convert document. And, okay. All right. Now, this comes up a lot. Good thing I remember to do this. It says the following cannot be saved in a macro-free document. All right. So, do you want to continue saving? Say no. I forget this all the time. You got to drop this down, and you got to pick macro-enabled document. It's a doc M to save you from those nasty Word macro viruses that used to go around. For those of you who are old like me, back in the 90s and early 2000s, the doc format from older versions of Word, you could put a macro in it, and it would just run. People would get them in email as attachments. You know, they'd get email spam. It would look like it came from Grandma. Oh, this is an interesting document, Ricky. Open this up, and oh, okay, yeah, it's got a virus in it. Thanks, Grandma. So they changed the standard. Anything you see that has doc M can have a macro in it. If it doesn't say doc M, can't run a macro. That was a good move. I like that. All right, now we can save it as my, what did I call it? The batch converter. Okay, so we're good to go. How do we run this thing now? Well, again, I'm going to shrink that up just a little bit. Again, we're going to open up that immediate window. This is where we can actually see stuff run. Okay, and in here, we're just going to call the name of the function, which is batch convert. Just type in batch convert. Press enter, and it does. There's no files in the folder. Let's put some files in the folder. Well, there's one file in the folder. Let me go get some files. All right, I got 2 files. I found my story on Worf and Jadzia. You can read this later if you want to pause the video. I think I covered this in one of my other access classes. And what else did I find? Oh, I got my do not ring the bell. So I got dogs, and sometimes, you know, Amazon or whatever, they'll drop a package off at 7 o'clock in the morning and ring the bell and leave. They just ring the bell, right? They drop the package, ring the bell. Why would you ring the bell at 7 o'clock in the morning? Sets my dogs off. They go crazy. I go crazy. She goes crazy. Everybody goes crazy. So yeah, I got that sign on my doorbell. Don't ring it unless you need me. Anyways. Let's go back to our VB editor. If you lost it, developer, Visual Basic, here we go. And oh, it looks like I copied that story in the immediate window accidentally. That's okay. Control A to select all text, delete. And then we'll type in batch convert again. And then press enter. And there you go. That was quick. They're very small documents. Some of the other ones I had were taking a little bit. Let's see what we got. Okay. Worfinjedzia.pdf. Open her up. Beautiful. There's that one. And let's check the other one, make sure that one works. And there it is. 2 nice PDFs, and you can see it did them automatically. There they are. Renamed them and all that stuff. You want to change anything else? Change the source document type, right? Change your source folder. Maybe we should put these together. Here, let's do this. Let's put the source stuff together and the destination stuff together. So you just got to change these things here. Pretty easy to do, right? And that's it. Now, like I said earlier, we are going to do an extended cut. I'm going to have to add a few things to this. We have to add a document type with maybe a little drop-down box here so you can pick the type. We'll load them in from the common types on the Word or on the Microsoft site. There's your folder, right? We'll make a button, and this will all be in a Word document. So your user can just open up the Word document, make whatever changes they want to make to this, and then go, and they'll see it right here. This is all in the extended cut. All of my silver members and up get access to all of my extended cut videos. Yes, I know if you're just a Word user, most of my stuff is Microsoft Access, but well, learn Access. I'll be doing more Word videos in the future, but if you want to see more Word videos, I need to hear from you. Post a comment down below and let me know that you want to see more Word stuff. And give me some specifics. Tell me some ideas. My videos are all very much squeaky wheel gets the grease. The whole reason I made this video was because A, I needed to write this code, and B, I had another student a little while back that asked me the same thing. So that's why I make videos. All these tech help videos are things that people want to see. So tell me what you want to see, and if enough people tell me the same thing, that's what gets made. Now, while we're at it, I know you probably don't need Microsoft Word Beginner if you're watching this video, but you probably know someone that does. Send them here. I'll be re-recording this very soon. And I'll I'll have all new versions on my website soon, so check it out. So there you go. Who said a Microsoft Word Tech Help video wouldn't be fun? I had a lot of fun doing that. But that's going to be your Tech Help video for today. Hope you learned something. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time. Members, I'll see you in the extended cut. If you'd like to see me release more Microsoft Word videos, be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and post a comment below saying you'd like more Word videos. Right now, about 90% of the videos that I make are for Microsoft Access database design. But I love Word, and I'm totally willing to make more Word videos, but I need to hear from you. The more people that comment, the more Word videos I'll make. In the meantime, if you'd like to learn more about Microsoft Word, come to my website at wordlearningzone.com, and you can watch my full Microsoft Word Beginner Level 1 class absolutely free. It's over an hour long, and it covers all the basics. And if you like Level 1, you can get Level 2, which is another full hour-long course for just $1. Again, visit my website at wordlearningzone.com. Or you can click on the links down below the video. How do you become a member? Click on the Join button below the video. Silver members and up get access to all of my extended cut tech help videos, live video and chat sessions, and lots of other perks. After you click the Join button, you'll see a list of all the different membership levels that are available and the perks associated with each one. But don't worry, these tech help videos will keep coming. As long as you keep watching them, I'll keep making them, and they'll always be free. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give me a like and share. Make sure you click on the subscribe button and choose all to get notified whenever I post any new videos. Make sure you click the Show More button down below the video, below the description. You'll see lots of additional links and resources down there. If you have not yet tried my free Word Level 1 course, visit my website now, there's the link, and sign up. It's a free hour-long course on all the basics of Microsoft Word, and it's absolutely free. And if you like Level 1, you can sign up for Level 2 for just $1. That's another complete hour-long video for just $1. If you would like to see your question answered in a video just like this one, visit my Tech Help page, and you can post your question there.